on, sir.
Because simple right. What gives me the right?
gives you the right?
This is a taxpayer building.
What
and
does that say?
it
Does
does
that say answer?
no.
Does that say enter the building?
Does it say that you
Does
do
it say
not
enter?
have access to
Does
this
it say
section?
enter, though?
Does it say
We're
that
gonna
you
play
do
it.
not
If we're gonna
have
play it, we're gonna play it
wording?
both ways.
Wording.
We're gonna play it
Wording.
both ways.
Is there any wording?
Does it say-
Is
does it
there
say-
any working?
Does it-
Is there any wording?
Does it say can you
Is
enter?
there any
say
wording?
can you-
Yes or no?
Does it say
Yes
can you enter?
or no?
Does it say can you
Yes
enter?
or no?
No, you're not- I'm not
Yes
gonna
or
ask you a
no?
question till you answer mine.
Because you are law enforcement. Your job is to enforce the Constitution
And
or
does it
force
give
the
you right
charter.
to go in? Does this say-
Does it give
this
you
say
the
give you
right to
go in?
deny me
Does
access?
this say?
Does
I didn't deny
this?
you access.
No, I
I
asked
did
you a
not-
question.
I
Did
didn't
I?
say you asked
It's
it.
blank.
It's blank.
It is
And I
blank.
asked you a question.
Is
Does
it
give
blank?
you the
Yes
right
or
to go in
no?
there?
Is it
Does
blank?
your video
Is
show
it
it's
blank?
Does your video show it's blank?
Yes,
Does
it
your
does. Look.
So what
look,
gives you the right
look,
to go in?
Look, it's blank answer.
It is blank.
It is blank. Okay. Ownership. Take ownership.
Yes, sir. You're completely correct. It is blank. And you have great, listen, you have great, you're making valuable points. However,
And they're wrong.
I think-
So I have every right.
And I'm asking you went too close to me. And I'm
Oh, now you're trying to protect your own interests and you're trying to flip the script
No,
on me.
I just want to stay in a safe distance. So we can
Okay,
continue to converse. And so,
I have every right to be in a public building.
Yes, sir, you do. Without question.
All right, so you move to the side and allow me to have access to a public building.
So I'm-
If they did not notify, they did not put a solicitation sign in front of a posting section, then they have no right to dictate who has access.
Okay. I get that aspect of it. So I am going
Is constitutionally based, yes or no?
I'm honestly not too sure.
No. Is this sign have a notice?
Is the
Yes
sign
or no?
on?
It's digital. So
Is it
Or
on?
if that's not my fault, is it?
Is it on?
Is it my fault?
So you have to continue. You have the right to continue to walk around this whole facility. However, what we cannot do is be loud. Yes, we will not.
As long as I'm not threatening, I
That's
can
it.
say
Listen.
whatever I want to say.
Almost.
As long as I'm not threatening.
Okay. And so as long as and as well, you cannot be disrupted by this being a government facility.
It's not destructive. Only way it becomes destructive based on Supreme Court ruling. Based on Supreme Court ruling, the only way it becomes threatening or disruptive is when you commit acts of violence. There is no act of violence.
So based upon your
When you don't
level,
listen to commands
and
of
ba-
a law enforcement officer, that is acts of disorderly.
there you go.
This what
That's
is?
law. That's law. Just being in the government
you've already
facility,
lost this.
But how is this disruptive?
because you're
I
loud.
fought. I can't. As long as it's not really aligned.
You're loud.
How, if I'm loud, that's my vocal.
Disruptive.
Disruptive.
No, how's that disruptive? Show me what disruptive is. An act of
You
action.
need us.
No, I was gonna try to see if I could try to calm things down. Maybe I can assist them with their liaison with the mayor's office. I would love to sit down and really talk.
Because they know they wrong.
That's what I'm saying. We can. Come on, bro. My name's Julius. Appreciate it. I'd love to sit down and talk to you.
My thing about it is,
Just
sir,
calm down a little bit. We can talk. We can go. Come on. We can go sit down and talk. Thank you, guys.
because I'm exercising my constitutional
No,
rights.
you're good. You're good. They're not even following us. We about to go sit down. We're gonna try to. My office is on the third floor. We're gonna go up and sit down.
And what is your responsibility?
Well, I'm gonna try to see what your problem is, and we can go from there. I would like to assist, but we gotta, be able to sit down and peacefully talk about it. Allow me that change. You see, I got them off your back. Allow me to assist, okay?
The thing about it is that I tried to go into a meeting. They don't have a sign that says that it's private. If you don't have a sign that says it's private, how is it private when you don't post it?
Yes, sir. But given that it's a government,
No, it's a government building that's funded by taxpayers.
I'm with you, big bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, we're gonna talk. We're gonna sit down and talk about it. Because I want to get you're right. This is a government building. This is your building, your city services. It's just we have to be able to communicate with people in a way so that they don't get, anger or.
Now the thing about it is, it's about control. It's everything in government is about control.
What meeting were you trying to get into today?
Well, I want to make some points very clear to the large members, the individual district council members, and especially the mayor's office, that you work for the people.
Yes, sir.
The Constitution from a state, no matter where you're at, and a local level, is that when the public says you jump, you jump. You do exactly what the people say. Politicians have taken advantage of the voters. And when politicians take advantage of the voters and they don't listen to the voters, I have a problem.
May I have your name?
Carnell Oliver. Carnell, last name Oliver. Oliver. What I wanted to get a better understanding of is that you have a large population of poverty. And what I wanted to do is reach out to Councilman Allen. They had a meeting dealing with students. And the one thing that I dealt with is dealing with this individual council member. They want to call our private meeting. How is it a private meeting when you don't have it publicly noticed?
Well,
Constitutionally based and transparency of local government is that all information be transparent and open.
yes, sir.
Has government in DC operated in that function consistently?
From
Yes or no?
my perspective, yes, sir.
Based on what? And what parts of the county constitution could you reflect that on?
So I can't break you down the constitutional bits by bits. I can only give you my history, my little story.
No, I don't care about individual stories because there are professional guidelines that everybody in local government has a function to operate on.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
And the one thing since I've been in DC, I've noticed is that this government is very oppressive. And so for me as a person, I think that the county constitution needs to be redefined. That means reconstruction. Reconstruction is bringing the people into the house. That means that the mayor's office, right along with all of the at-large members, all of the individual council members, answer to the people. When the people say jump, you jump. You fix the problem. And they fall short of understanding their job description.
Okay.
Because when the money is dished out from the federal level and it comes down to this community,
Yes, sir.
one of the things I want to ask is why is Eleanor Norton not effective enough about bringing back DC statehood and bringing back Virginia back into the diamond of DC statehood? Why?
So unfortunately, that conversation is bigger than this room. I can't speak-
No,
I
so
can't-
somebody can answer it. You can get on your cell phone.
Maybe you misunderstood the misconception of an Oprah government. You're right. As a citizen, you're allowed to know all information. You would love for our government to be transparent towards its residents. But the thing is, you have to remember that there's a way to engage people.
If you don't put a public notice out there that's publicly clear enough, I had somebody come from Allen's office tell me that this was private meeting, but you have a little screen out front that does not identify that. So who does the blame fall on?
Well, I can't speak.
Oh, no, it's accountability. The mayor's office is the clerk. Whatever the council members say or they do, the mayor is just the custodian. It's just like the clerk of courts. You fulfill the
DC
mission.
a little different. The city council and the DC, they share.
Is it strong mayor or weak mayor?
What is that? So,
I'm from I'm gonna explain you where I'm from. I'm from a strong conservative city
mhm,
where we live by a strong mayor government.
okay.
But at the same time, the mayor understands that who controls the budget
Mhm,
is your council. The mayor's got to have a strong working relationship.
absolutely.
And what I've heard from residents in DC, Mayor Bowser done pissed off a lot of residents
Okay.
because effectively, since COVID-19,
Mhm,
they shut down a lot of shelters, the housing collapse.
okay.
What is she going to do to straighten up her own face with the public? She's not going to win no other seat.
So let's not to say jump past that, but I'm trying to get to an issue that I can assist you with. Is there something that I can actually help you with?
You are saying that you work with the administration. So if you work with the administration, what you're telling me is that you have some insight. I am a constitutionally based person. And I know that on local, state, and federal level, every form of government has a constitution. Y'all have a constitution. But are y'all following that constitution is a thing for y'all to really understand in the positions that y'all understand.
Okay.
If I get in y'all business, I'm gonna piss y'all off more than I help y'all because simple fact is that I'm gonna put y'all in y'all place and I'm gonna make y'all work for the people.
Okay. So let's get this clear and on the table now. If there's no specific issue that we can help with,
The specific issue is that you have an economy
but
that no, listen. It is an economy. Economies are always specifically focused on individuals.
yes, sir. And I work
And
with
the
community relations. Hold on, because we're not going to do
economics,
We're not-
economics is based on individualism.
Mr. Oliver.
And when you have economics
Mr. Oliver.
that caters to a certain group of people
Mr.
and it
Oliver.
leaves out everybody else, what ends up happening?
Okay, so Mr. Oliver.
Everybody else gets subject to being victimized by a system because you have elected officials catering to a select few people who line their pockets. I know this because I know in my own city, my politicians on the local city council
Yes,
and the mayor office do the same thing. I've learned a lot, sir. And the one thing I will not do is to allow another government entity, their responsibility is to listen to the people and do what the people say.
Okay.
When you talk about specific issues, what you're trying to do is you trying to corner somebody in so that they can shut their mouth and quit holding people accountable.
No.
The accountability of government as a whole is both on the legislative side and it's on the executive side to clean up a mess they catered to coming from a state and federal level. It's a mess. And you know it's a mess.
You sound like you seem to be an informed citizen. You know
I'm not a foreign citizen. I got paperwork to prove it.
Yes, sir. So let me ask you this one question. Given that you know what you're talking about, you know how government is supposed to be ran, do you think that you're going to get anything accomplished by coming in here, treating people just trying to assist you in such a manner?
When you talk about assisting people, what you trying to do is you trying to bribe somebody to shut their mouth. I dealt with that in my own local community. And right now, the governor of my own state is finna punish the mayor of my own city because they let things get out of hand.
So
Y'all don't
if we
have a
can't
state government.
If we can't have a lot, because again,
Y'all made a mess.
I came in.
DC made a mess. DC government, local government made a mess that they can't even clean up. And what's going to end up happening is that the regular people who do not know what I know are going to get hurt, while the privileged class, especially black people who are privileged class, are going to make their own people suffer because they got in line with them white folks.
Because yelling isn't going to get you nowhere.
No, I'm not. I'm Malcolm X. I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not going to give you a light time. This is a public setting. Taxpayers pay for this table. They pay your salary. They pay for that flat screen. They pay for these lights in this building. Everything is owned by the people. You cannot tell me.
The question.
My point in my question is that y'all need to fix your own mess.
Yes, sir. We will get right on it.
Y'all not gonna get on
Is
it.
there anything
And
else I can help you
no, you're not gonna run.
No,
I'm gonna give you some marching orders, and I want you to write it down.
Actually,
I want you to write it down
what's gonna
because
happen? If there is nothing that we can discuss, then
I'm giving you marching orders because in this job's description,
That's not
I'm not talking to no child.
Exactly.
You're a grown man.
Exactly.
And when you working in a public setting,
Because first off, nobody
you're
is
not
gonna talk to me in that manner.
you're not a child. And the thing about it is, in a public setting where everybody that is working in government responds to the people, I give you marching orders and you work for the people. And if you don't like working for the people, then you need to find another job somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
Because right now, you're in a public setting where you're going to deal with a lot of Southwest DC, Northwest DC. I'm hearing all the foolishness that's coming from your own district.
Yes,
because
but
the simple
unfortunately,
fact,
we can't
you
have
have
a
a
civilized
terrible mayor
conversation.
and you
It's
have
gonna
a
have to
terrible
be taken
council.
somewhere else. Because if we can't sit and talk like
No,
that,
we talking like that.
no, sir.
The thing about it is that I know too much and I'm not going to play with you.
No, from the moment that I brought it
No,
up,
it's a
Nobody-
public setting. This is
Sir.
my private phone. I can say whatever I need to say. And the thing about it is that you don't have no control.
You're absolutely right, sir. I apologize, and I'm sorry that I could not be of any more assistance to you. If you give me a second, I will be right back.
Because y'all wrong. I'll leave myself. Because you're not going to play me. I'll play you
won't
before.
even let me talk to you.
Because y'all wrong. Local government has gotten out of hand without representing the people.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance. You have a great day.
It was open. I'm not getting on that shit no more. It's fucking elevated. No. I'm trying to keep making people have a damn anxiety attack.
Look, folks, I'm in a public building that taxpayers pay for.
You can't come this way. I said we gotta be respectful. We gotta be respectful. I don't want you to get in no trouble, and I don't want them bothering you. I don't want them harassing you.
But the thing about it is that this DC government is wrong.
You're yelling. I'm just saying, I'm trying to keep.
Which building, which button do I hit?
This one to take us down.
She messed up. And I'm hearing everything and I'm getting all in y'all business. They made a mess. She not gonna save her face. She can't save her face because in fact she lost a lot of trust and self-respect. Self-respect is about listening to the people, doing your job the right way, yes or no?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
She has not done that. And since she ain't doing her job the right way, people are going to chew her out left and right.
But that's the thing. People are allowed to have their opinions. You see, on a whole conversation, I'm not, disrebuting what you're saying or any of the like.
She going to be the one mayor that's never going to replace Eleanor Norton because she done left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and she not going to win. Only thing she can do is get her butt in line and do what the people say. This is a public building.
right out front on Pennsylvania Avenue.
She made a mess.
Now, I can say this. I can set up a meeting if you want to sit down with Councilmember Allen, but one thing, he won't come in the room if you're yelling. If we can work on the yelling, I can sit you down with a lot of the administrators in this building that you would like to speak with. But the thing is,
I'm not gonna yell, but the thing about it is they're not children. They're not children. And the thing about it is,
appreciates them raising their voice at them.
I'm not gonna raise my damn voice at nobody if you do what the fuck you supposed to be doing. These politicians are not doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing from a local, state, and federal level.
I'm with you. But
So
on a
when
personal
people,
level, we cannot yell at white folks like that. You know that, brother.
I don't give a fuck how they feel.
That's the thing. Where's
I
the
don't-
personal
you know.
self come in? That's what I'm saying. We got.
I don't give a fuck what they like.
All right, bro.
They got a job to do.
I got to get back to work. Let's go. Good meeting you, sir.
I don't give a fuck if I yell at them. They got a fucking job to do.
Just
And
think
the
about what
job,
I said.
what is their job description?
Just think about what I said. If we
What
can
are
calm
their
down,
job
We
description?
can have those conversations.
What is their job description?
Miss Jazz?
What is their job description?
All right, Vic.
Their job description
Have a good one.
is to do what the fuck the voters tell them to do. These fucking politicians think they can run over people and nobody chew their ass out. They got everything fucked up. You work for me.